Okay, so we're back after a little bit of a wardrobe change, and and here we go. We're going to talk with the Black Card Orchestra, who didn't have a chance to tell us about their year. And go ahead, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'm Chrissy.
I'm Rick.
And we are the Black Card Orchestra. I think somebody was saying that this year felt like 5 years. I feel like it's been 5 minutes. I can't believe where it's gone. It's felt like an absolute whirlwind to me.
I think it has. It's been a
I don't know
year.
what we've done, but
Well, it's been a year dedicated to the Hotel Utopia album, which we released just over a year ago. So we've been concentrating on, touring that album most of the year. We've done two pretty big tours. Can't remember how many dates we did, but about 20 in the spring and about 20 in the autumn, just in the UK. And it's been, they've both been really, really lovely tours. Bigger shows than usual, and bigger crowds, and we've been very happy with it. Highlight of the year is, I guess, we've got the highest chart position that we've ever had before for that album, which is 13.
Wow.
So we're very, very pleased with that.
he did some really great collaborative headline tours, co-headline tours as well with Nick's band, John Hackett, Ali Ferguson in Edinburgh, the Caves, which is like one of my favorite gigs now. If you haven't been there, it's just like you should do a Prog the Forest there, and we should all play, because it's like such an incredible vibe. I mean, the dressing room was literally like in the rubble, wasn't it? And it was amazing. You couldn't see what you're doing, but it was really good.
It feels like you're underground in a different world, in a kind of a stone castle that's been there for 1,000 years, which I think it probably has.
Yeah.
It's a very, very unusual environment to play in, but it's somehow it's just a fabulously appropriate atmosphere for rock music. It just feels
like
great.
Ethereal. It has like this real ethereal vibe. It was just like, I think that's one of my highlights of the year. I think we've been more disciplined with touring this year. I mean, usually we play probably more dates, but I think we've left sort of more space for creating and forward thinking, what's happening next.
We have a more focus this year. Normally our years are complete utter we just go for everything, don't we? We do 120 gigs or something, and we never stop touring and traveling. But this year we've been more business-like and more focused, haven't we?
Very disciplined.
Am I exaggerating?
Yeah, it's still been a little bit chaotic for us, but we like being on the road. I'm sure that like everybody who plays here, I think that's where we all come alive, isn't it? Actually, I know like some people talk about playing characters on stage, but I feel like we kind of become more of ourselves.
Like, yeah, that's true. I'd agree with that.
Yeah. I would say for some of us, I think everything else sounds like we're pretending.
Yeah.
And then it's on stage feels real.
Yeah.
No,
that's correct.
I can definitely, it feels like the most authentic version of ourselves, doesn't it? Like stripping away everything else.
Yeah.
So I just think we've been really blessed this year with, our audiences turning up and meeting lots of new people. So yeah, I think that, have we done anything else apart from that?
Highlight of the year was the mixer blowing up at that gig.
The mixer blew up.
We've had some challenges with weather too and travel.
Yeah, we all should write like I don't know, like a book where we kind of put in the like most bizarre touring experiences. I think that would be
really, wouldn't it? That would be great. Yeah.
No, that was a very good point of the year. But yeah, I think that's been our year, really.
I think we had a great year. We've really enjoyed every day of it.
Yeah,
so
lucky.
We're very lucky. Written lots of new songs. We're going to be
recording next year.
And hopefully releasing toward the end of next year. All the songs are written. It's a good feeling. You got when you got lots of songs in your pocket, ready to go. It feels very good.
But like Olga was saying, it's so much work, isn't it? And you kind of plan for it to maybe be the end of next year, but when you start thinking about videos and things like that, it just takes up so much thought and energy and time and money. So well done to you for getting a per song. That's pretty.
That's per song, yeah.
We're very jealous over here.
Yeah.
Can I interrupt a little bit?
Sure.
I just wanted to say that I first discovered your band, I think maybe 2 years at this time of the year, or maybe in January when Prog Magazine released their band vocalist of the year, I think. So I
Yeah,
think
Chrissy was second,
it,
I think.
Really?
I don't know.
I just remember that we met and it was very cool. I think it's just, it's such a celebration for a musician to get like noticed. And I don't think that number matters. It's just so cool to get noticed.
Yeah.
And well, maybe number matters. Maybe once I get number one, I will see the difference, but I don't know. But I just wanted to tell you that I've been following your band and your music and your like activity since then. And it's such a beautiful thing to watch you like growing and like getting more and more into like what every musician dreamed to do, like you tour and you're blooming as musicians. It is a beautiful thing. So congrats. I think from my point of view, watching you on social media, I've never heard you live, guys, but it seems like you're a happy band and you're living, a beautiful life of musicians.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
And likewise as well.
Yeah.
We connected, didn't we, since that. So that's really lovely to hear. And it's nice that musicians sort of support each other and kind of egg each other on. I think that's really important because it's such a hard, lonely graft. And we are happy most of the time. I mean, we argue a lot, but but yeah. Well, thank you. That's really lovely.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Now I feel very, very shy and I'm going to hide.
Oh,
No.
don't hide. Don't
It's that
hide.
sort of scene though, Chrissy, isn't it? It is a supportive scene, the prog scene. I mean, everyone does look out for each other and everyone's kind of supportive of, there's no kind of, everyone trying to sort of tread each other's toes.
Absolutely. And that's how it should be, isn't it? Because even though, people might put us all under the umbrella of prog, we're all so different from each other. It's not like we're in competition, we're all so different. And I think that's really important as well, isn't it? That we all can find our own voices and
because not every scene's got that apparently. Some scenes aren't as supportive as the prog scene. There is that kind of separation between bands still, and it's much more competitive still. Yeah.
So this is the.
Sorry, I go after.
I was going to say this is one of the advantages of being in a niche that isn't commercial. When there's no money in it, there's nothing to argue about.
But no, not always. Not always. I find that not really true always, because there is not always like this supportive thing. I think that the positive thing between us tonight is that we are all here. We agreed to be here all together. So it means that already this is a nice thing. I mean, it's something that I think maybe collaborations will come out from this, maybe some new friendship. And I love this. I love this, actually. So I want to agree with what Olga said. And I'm really happy that all of us, all of you, are having this great success and growing success, because I think that we are all different. And I think that among all this, there's a river of bad music out there. I mean, so the niche really takes out something different. And I think we really should support each other and stand out and grow together, help each other to grow. This is such a beautiful thing. I just decided to buy a beautiful album tonight, and it's my friend Nick's because it's so beautiful, really. I want to go and listen to each of you, and really, I'm so happy to be here with you. Really, really.
I thought
Thanks
you already
so
had it.
I'm very happy that you brought us all together.
Yeah, thank you.
No, I'm glad you guys all came here together.
There is a great need of new original music and new support, because I saw very usually also the media always talk about Genesis, Pink Floyd,
old stuff,
that kind of stuff. Okay, Okay, they are great. Okay,
They were great.
we know it,
Mm.
but I think we need new original ideas everywhere, not only in the music business, but also everywhere as artistic fields.
Yeah.
In
That's
cinemas,
perfect.
everywhere, and we are trying to do this. Sometimes I see that the most difficult part of our job is to introduce our music, our ideas around the world.
Mm-hmm.
I talk for Italy, especially for my hometown Rome, where it's very, very difficult. I did my album in September the 1st, 2022, and at the moment I can't play it live because nobody are interested in it.
Well,
They are
Massimo, sorry.
interested.
No,
No.
Italy is finished, musically
What-
finished. Yeah.
What he's
They are only interested in tribute music.
Yes.
So
well, and can I just say
this
one?
is our
Yes.
sorry
Same
I
exactly.
finish.
No. I want you to
It is
continue.
our job. It is our job to convince uh, new guys, old guys, uh, everyone to listen. I did all my promotion by myself, and I saw a lot of people. They don't care about us. They don't care about new music because for them it's all bullshit. They don't have 5 minutes to listen a new song. They don't have, and
Can I interrupt you
I had to fight to say, hey guy, this is a new album from an Italian artist. It's 12.50 euro. Can you invest on it? It's very, very difficult, but it's our dirty job. We got to do it.
Okay, let me just interrupt you for just a second, because he did reach out to me, and as some of you others have also reached out to me in the past, and I will never turn down an artist. And there are many reviewers that, nah, I'm not going to do that. I want to do somebody that's well known to help build my stature, or whatever their reason for doing it. And when he reached out to me, I was like, yeah, send it to me. And it probably, blew his mind, because um, a lot of people, like I say, when you're doing reviews, nobody's paying you, and you're doing it because you love it. And yeah, when somebody reaches out to you like he did, and like Massimo did, and you could tell when he did that he's put his whole life into this, and he cared about it that much, that how can you possibly walk away and say, no, I'm not going to do that? You have to at least say, yes, I'm going to listen to it. I mean, that's a bare minimum. But once you hear it, you're like, oh my God, why hasn't anyone else heard it? And now he's everywhere now. Not because of me. I'm not, saying I did it, but people need to give everyone a chance to be heard, because you don't know what's going to happen from that. Look at all the collaborations in front of us, because his music is out there. And again, I'm not taking credit for it. He did it. He put all the work into it. But absolutely, everyone deserves a chance.
But could I just say, I mean, I think for most independent musicians, I mean, people like you, Mark, and other people who, as you're saying, there's nothing in it for you personally to be dealing with independent releases. It doesn't make you, it's not the glamorous end of the market, but it's a thing where a review at the early stages of somebody's creative career can make a huge difference as to whether they feel that inspiration to keep making the effort.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's people like you that kind of, you know, help us along the way and kind of, you know, keep us going, really.
At the early stages, just knowing there's at least one person out there in the world who's actually interested in hearing what you produce can be the difference between making the effort to actually finish something off or just to not. And so it really does make a big difference. Yeah. I mean, if we're, when you're saying about if anybody else has got any 2024 projects to mention, can I mention about our next album?
Go ahead. Yeah, in fact, that's what we'll do.
Our next Hats Off Gentlemen, It's Adequate album. So our last one that came out in September, that was our 7th album. This will understandably then be our 8th. And the theme of it's around the uncertainty principle and the history of quantum physics, and also some fairly shallow metaphors based on that. But it also links with my.
I told you the guy's a genius.
It is, and it isn't.
I haven't a lyrics yet, Mark.
In my previous medical career, I used to do a lot of teaching, and one of the areas that I used to do was investigating deaths and when there'd been errors. And one of my topics I was passionate about was the problem of excessive certainty, when people fix on an idea and become very certain and then don't consider the alternatives. Obviously we get that in politics and general human interactions and medicine, obviously music as well. But to me there was an interesting parallel with that, with how physics changed in the beginning of the 20th century. So we started off with a model where the closer you look, the more detail and the more accurate you get. And that then suddenly changed this idea, well, actually the fuzziness is built into the system. It's not just that our machinery isn't good enough. Uncertainty is an absolutely inherent part of life. And that's really difficult for us to deal with in the level of physics, certainly, but also in a human level. We can't have absolute certainty. And I think the more we accept some humility in that respect, that anybody who's certain has got a reasonable chance of being wrong. Certainty is really potentially very toxic. So that's the theme of this next album, which provisionally our working title is The Uncertainty Principle.
Uncertainty Principle, yeah.
And we've got about 32 song drafts, which is far too much to fit. So we're going to be soon meeting.
No, I'm kidding.
Working out which ones we're going to focus on. And yeah, so that's our current major project.
Yeah, a few of them are actually tracked, aren't they, in terms of instrumentally tracked?
Yeah, we need to add some vocals.
We need to do vocals and then get some flute on it, obviously, and then the big production starts after that, I suppose.
I think there's a flutist in the room with us.
Probably a few.
And then
they also have a wonderful lady that just is unbelievable on the flute. If you heard their last album, this new one as well, but the last album, she was all over that thing, and it is unbelievable.
I wanted to say one thing. It looks like we might be getting close on time again, but it seems like besides Mark and his wife and I, everybody here is from the UK or the EU. I'm guessing by all the accents and and you said from Greece as well.
Yeah.
One from Greece, two from Italy, as I understood. And mostly you know each other. I think I'm the only one. You don't know anyone.
But we're happy you came. We're so happy you came.
And so in 2024, my band is really hoping that we might actually do a tour in Europe, which might be a really small, limited thing. But hopefully I can talk with any one of you guys about maybe collaborating in some small way or getting advice for us to do that, because since we started our band, when we like sell our CDs and whatever, there's this guy in Germany that's really good. The Just for Kicks guy, and
very helpful. Yeah, they are.
We live here in the US, and I'd say the big majority of our CDs that we sell go to the EU, and but to us it's kind of like a pipe dream to actually like get there and do the tour to the people that we feel like are listening to our music like the most. So anyways, I just wanted to kind of throw that out there, and we don't need to take time up with that now, but maybe I can reach out to some of you.
Feel free to get in touch if you want to talk about what's for putting on gigs in London. That's what we've done lots of little events in London, so feel free to get in touch, and we're happy to have a chat.
What I can do is, if everyone sends me their email, I know I have most of yours already, but if everyone sends me their email, especially those that want to collaborate, like Michael said, please do that, and I'll send those links. Or if Michael says send a link to so and so, I'll do that. Yeah, but yes, if I can help in any way, you don't know how wonderful that is to hear that, and I've heard it from a few other people. That was one of, obviously celebrate the holidays and that, but I also would love to get you guys together and have you work on each other's album. But I could spend hours on telling you who should do what, but you guys know much better than I do. You're the musicians.
I would like to tell you guys that if you are interested in one of the biggest festivals now in Europe, that's the festival that I have like 1 minute from my home, and it's Veruno plus 2+1, which is one of the really the biggest festivals now, and of course here in Italy, and it's beautiful. It's very it's a beautiful festival because several bands from all over the world used to come and play, and it's a festival of friendship, festival of it's fantastic. So if you need to get in touch with Alberto, I can help you with that, and if you want me to send any kind of infos, just contact me. As Imaginarium, we are trying to get into. I was on stage to present the project, which is an Italian project, but I just said, oh, we are so proud of you, as a singer, and so actually we had the possibility to present our project in front of 2,500 people or 2,000 people. It's a huge community. They love this kind of music, and I'm so proud to be here, actually, to have it just outside of my door. And it would be great, I think, to have you guys here, and you would love it. Everybody would love this festival. Yeah. So if you want, you just write to me, and I will try to give you the contacts and everything for it.
How about in Greece? Are there? Yeah, go ahead. I was hoping you'd say something. Go ahead.
Who was it?
Go ahead, Mary Elena.
What? No, I was telling that it would be a pleasure because we're searching for festivals to play in 2024. So if you could contact us to send our emails, and so we have all the bands together of each one of us,